Hi guys, so my name is Lindsay and I want to go through what you should know before you think about stepping on a bodybuilding stage.
Your 2017 NPC Jay Cutler Classic overall bikini champion is A69 Lindsay.
So first of all, if you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Lindsay Rago and I am a nationally qualified bikini competitor in the deep of prep right now for my first national show. This will be my third show, and I'm also a fitness entrepreneur. I have my own coaching business and I just moved from New Hampshire to LA. So a little bit of background about me. So guys, what I wanted to go over, like I said in the beginning, is when you should compete, when you shouldn't compete, why you should compete, all the things that you need to think about before you decide to step on a stage for the first time. And this applies whether you're in bikini, figure. I mean, honestly, if you're a dude, this probably applies to you too. But so I'm still fairly early in my competing career. This will be my third show, my first national show. But there's a lot of things to consider when you're thinking of competing in bodybuilding. And honestly, I'm doing this video because I keep seeing it on my Facebook news feed and my Instagram news feed. All these people who are just like just started lifting, like, I'm gonna compete. And that's awesome. Like, I don't knock anybody's dreams. If your dream is to compete on the Olympia stage in a bikini or in a figure suit or whatever, that's awesome, good for you. But you need to know a lot of things before you step on a stage. So first of all, none of this is like written in a book. You can't compete if blah, 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 blah. But these are things that I have learned that you should know before you step on a stage. You should have been lifting for at least, I'm gonna say at least a year. Like, you can't just walk into the gym for the first time and then say, I'm gonna compete. You need time to develop muscle. Realistically, you need time to develop muscle. Otherwise, you're just gonna get super, super lean and just be kind of stringy. Even a year might be kind of undershooting that a little bit, maybe 2 years at least, before you think about stepping on a stage. You gotta develop. You gotta have something there, because the judges are very subjective, but you gotta have muscular development. You can't have any of these ideas in your head about like being bulky, any of the like cliches that people are afraid of when they're a female and they pick up weights. Two, you have to understand that a bodybuilding prep for a show is not the same as eating healthy and going to the gym. Like, it is not at all the same. Competing is very, very challenging. And that's why most people don't do it. You have to have insane discipline when it comes. You can't be like, oh, I'm really craving this, like I cheated on my diet. Like, that does not fly. So you have to be insanely disciplined. It has to be at the top of your priority for you to be successful with it. Because yes, you can step on a stage, but the judges have no mercy. Like, you're stepping on a stage to get torn apart and to be compared and to be, I say these things and it's like, well, why would anybody want to compete? But I do, so, and tons of people do. So you gotta be prepared to go through a prep, which means sticking to your diet to a T for 12 to 24 weeks. You can't be in a place where you're still like giving into cravings, still saying like, oh, okay, I didn't go to the gym today, that's fine, I'll go tomorrow. Like, that stuff does not fly when you are about to compete and step on a stage. You gotta be at your prime physique. So that means you got to be going to the gym and training 5 to 7 days a week, you start with minimal cardio, but you end up having more cardio towards the end. That's just how it works. Like, when you're trying to lean down, you start with a certain amount of food and you cut that down slowly. Makes sense, right? Because you got to keep losing body fat. So you depending on your coach, depending on if you have a coach or not, you're gonna be hungry. Like by the end, you're gonna be hungry, you're gonna be tired. There's gonna be days where you drag yourself to the gym, but you gotta go because you're in prep. And these aren't things that are negative. Like, I love this lifestyle personally. I really enjoy the process of prepping, but you just have to be mentally prepared for it. You gotta be ready to achieve your best self, and you have to also know that physique is your peak physique. That is not like it's not a daily life thing. So a lot of people will want to compete, and they'll say, well, I just want to get in really good shape, I want to have a bikini body. And it's like, okay, but you don't have to step on a stage for that. You don't have to go through a prep to have your best body and to have, I don't know, you can still have like the physique that you picture in your mind as like an incredible body without stepping on a stage. So another thing to know is that competing is very, very, very expensive. Very expensive. It has to be something that you may do it once and like be able to like cut corners and stuff, rent a bikini, tan, all that stuff, but I'll go into that in a second. But you have to know that it's a very expensive sport and you don't make any money off of it. So it's really truly a hobby, and you gotta love it. You gotta love the stage, the adrenaline, and everything. So things to know: bikini will run you $200 to $900 depending on who you buy it from, the quality of it, etc. Tan, $130 minimum. And you can't go without like a tan and stuff. Hair and makeup, if you do not do it yourself, $250 or so. A coach depends on who your coach is, how long they're coaching you, what level of, what level they're involved in your prep, and gym memberships, food, like there's travel, there registration for the show. You need to have I can go more into the like actual cost breakdown in another video if you guys want. But yeah, it's an expensive sport, so remember that. It's definitely worth the investment if you love it and enjoy it and it's part of your life, for sure. I don't knock that at all, but you just have to be aware. So those are the basic things that come to mind. It's a great goal and it's a great driving force, but you have to be ready. Mentally, you do have to be ready physically, like I said. You gotta have some muscle to you. Otherwise, you'll just be a little string bean up there. So mentally prepared, physically prepared, financially prepared, and you gotta think about like what you actually want or why you want to step on a stage. So like I was saying, if you just wanna have a rockin' body, you don't have to step on a stage. You don't have to go through a prep. If you want a real big challenge and you wanna do that for that reason, you wanna do it for you, then go do it. That's the thing, like you have to want to do it for you. You have to want to do it because you have always wanted to, or you want that challenge, you want that competitiveness, you want to have a tangible goal at the end, you want to kill it, step on a stage, show your best stage presence, strut around and feel super confident. Like you'll have all that, but you gotta like want it for you, and you have to like know that you're gonna enjoy it. And be ready for the up days, down days, because it's not all sunshine and roses and rocking in a bikini. Like, it's hard. So, these are my basic tips, I guess. This is the background on why you should compete, when you shouldn't, things that you gotta think about ahead of time. And so, hopefully this kind of helps you out if you're kind of teetering back and forth. It's something that you have to be all in on and ready for, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. But that's also why a lot of people are wildly successful when they do it, because they have all those things in place and they are ready to attack. If you guys like this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought. This is kind of just all of my random thoughts placed together. I'll try to put some sort of form to it and hopefully like put tips in here. And so if you guys have more questions about this, I love talking about competing, and I don't really do it in depth very often, just because typically like I'm around other competitors and I don't really have to explain it. But it's pretty cool for me to explain. And I feel like I have a pretty good gauge on it now. I definitely have made tons of mistakes. I've gone through really tough preps where I definitely could have been easier. Like, it could have been easier, but I made it really difficult. I have a coach now, I didn't have a coach before, like all these different things that I can break down. So if you want to know more about competing, picking a coach, nutrition, your lifting, the actual competition cost, the details, all of that, all these different types of things that are interwoven into the bodybuilding world, comment below and I'll break down any of those because I like doing this. So let me know for sure either way. But be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. And yeah, let me know. But I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me rant. And I will see you guys in the next video.